वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। We are in the first Adhyaya, Tritiya Valli, and we are saying the mantra. You can repeat after me from this mantra. From Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi. Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi.
आत्मानं रथिनं विद्धि
Shariram Rathamevatu.
शरीरं
शरीरं
रथमेवतु
Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi.
बुद्धिं
सारथिं विद्धि
Manav Pragrahame Vacha.
मनःप्रग्रहमेव च
Indriyani Hayanaguhu.
इन्द्रियाणि हयानाहुः
Vishayansteshu Gocharan.
विषयांस्तेषु
तेषु गोचरान्
Atmendriyamanoyuktam.
आत्मेन्द्रियमनोयुक्तं
Bhoktetyahurmanishinaha.
भोक्तेत्याहुर्मनीषिणः
Yastva vijnanavan bhavati.
यस्त्वविज्ञानवान् भवति
Ayuktena manasa sada.
युक्तेन मनसा सदा
Tasyendriyani vashyani.
तस्येन्द्रियाणि
वश्यानि
तस्येन्द्रियाण्यवश्यानि
तस्येन्द्रियाण्यवश्यानि
दुष्टाश्वायव सारथेः
दुष्टाश्वायव सारथे
यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति
यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति
युक्तेन मनसा सदा
युक्तेन मनसा सदा
तस्येन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि
तस्येन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि
सदश्वायव सारथेः
तदश्वायव सारथे
यस्त्वभिज्ञानवान् भवति
यस्त्वविज्ञानवान् भवति
अमनस्कः सदा शुचिः
अमनस्कः सदा
शुचिः
न स तत्पदम् आप्नोति
न स तत्पदमाप्नोति
संसारं चाधिगच्छति
संसाराधिगच्छति
नंबर 8 यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति
यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति
समनस्कः सदा शुचिः
समनस्कः सदा शुचिः
स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति
स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति
यस्माद् भूयो न जायते
यस्माद् भूयो न जायते
विज्ञानसारथिर्यस्तु
विज्ञानसारथिर्यस्तु
मनः प्रग्रहवान् नरः
प्रग्रहवान् नरः
सोऽध्वनः पारमाप्नोति
सोऽध्वनः पारमाप्नोति
तद्विष्णोः परमं पदम्
तद्विष्णोः परमं पदम्
The next mantra we started, right? The last class?
Yeah, we started.
Can read. Indriyebhyah parahyarthaः
इन्द्रियेभ्यः पराह्यर्थाः
अर्थेभ्यश्च परं मनः
अर्थेभ्यश्च परं मनः
मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः
मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः
बुद्धेरात्मा महान् परः
बुद्धेरात्मा महान् परः
This is a mantra we are looking at. Indriyebhyah para Indriyebhyah paraha hi harthaha. Now the comparison to know that which is para, which is greater, which is superior. What is superior than the other? So that is done. Indriyebhyah, that is indriyas, sense organs. Indriyebhyah paraha hyartaha. Artaha. Hi hartaha hyartaha. When two things are compared, Panchami is used. When two things are compared, Janani Janmabhumischa Swargatapi Gariyasi. Swargatapi Janani, mother, Janmabhumihi Gariyasi, superior, greater. Comparison. Mother and the motherland, Gariyasi, they are superior, greater than Swargatapi. Swargaloka, even compared to Swargaloka, Janani and Janmabhumi are greater. So comparison. Shutihi smritehe baliyasi. Shruti is stronger than the smriti, panchami. So for comparison, we use panchami. One is better than the other, either better or inferior. For comparison, panchami. So here panchami is used. Indriyebhyaha is panchami vibhakti. Paraha, greater, superior. Superior. Indriyebhyaha paraha. What? Artaha. Artaha means objects. Indriyartaha, that is sense objects. Indriyartaha, indriya artaha, that is artha of for the indriyas, arthas of the indriyas, objects of the indriya, that is sense objects. Artaha paraha, compared to what? Indriyebhyaha. Similarly, artebhyaha, that is indriyebhya, indriyartebhyaha, indriya artebhyaha. First we said artaha, sense objects, they are paraha, superior to indriyas. Now we take the superior one, that is artaha, indriyartaha, indriyartebhyaha, that is artebhyaha, indriyartebhyaha, that is sense objects. Compared to that, manaha param, mind is superior. Then manasaha tu paraha. Compared to manasaha is panchami vibhakti. Manas shabda. Compared to manas, paraha, greater. What? Buddhihi. Buddhi, intellect. Buddhihi paraha. Buddhihi manasaha paraha. And compared to buddhi, buddhehe, panchami. Paraha, what? Atma. Buddhehe paraha, atma. Mahan Atma. Mahat. Mahan Atma is here Mahat. Atma is not the Satchidananda Atma here. It is Mahan Atma is Mahat. So the comparison is made, and finally you say Mahat is superior. Doesn't stop there. It continues in the next mantra also, that we will see. But this mantra starting from Indriyani up to the Magat, a gradation is given, a Taratamya is given. Now we have to analyze the mantra. If you take the literal meaning of the mantra, it will not make any sense. Artaha paraha indriyebhyaha, when you say sense objects, paraha, superior, greater than the sense organs. Then, what do you understand from this? How can the sense objects be greater than the indriyas, sense organs? Without sense organs, sense objects cannot be perceived. So which one is greater? Sense organs must be greater, right? But sense objects are greater. That is the meaning it gives when you take the literal meaning of the words of the mantra. And you are comparing then artebhyaha cha param manaha. Mind is greater than artebhyaha. That is okay. Compared to sense objects, mind is greater. That part and all it is okay. But first part, even that part also, we will interpret. We have to give explanation to it. That is what the Bhashyakara does that. But what is the tatparyam of this mantra? Where it leads to? Why this comparison is made? You can see here a gradation is done starting from the sense objects. If you take the meaning of artaha as sense object, starting from that, a gradation is made. So the gradation, if you see, by saying this is superior, so we are cognitively traveling. There is a cognitive travel. There is no physical travel. It's only a cognitive travel. A travel is involved. So our understanding goes from one step to the another step. So a travel, cognitive travel involves in understanding the tattvam, in arriving at the tattvam, the atma. So that is what the mantra does here. So two things are there. One is parak, other one is pratyak. Parak and pratyak. Which is superior, parak or pratyak? Parak is that which is external or that which is outer. Pratyak is that which is inner, internal. That is the meaning. Pratyekatma, when we say, what is the meaning of Pratyekatma? Inner self. Pratyekatma means inner self. Where is the self? Self is inner. Inner compared to, inner means what? What is that? The location. When you say inner, then it must have a location inside. There is no inner and outer for Atma. For Chaitanyam, for Brahma, there is no inner and outer. That inner and outer, we have to understand that Parak and Pratyak to be understood. Parak is the karya, the effect. Pratyak is karanam. So two things are compared. Compared to Parak, karanam is superior. Compared to Parak, karanam, because karanam vina karyam na vidyate. Without the karanam, there is no karya. So a karya here, through the karya karana prakriya, we arrive at the pratyak atma. These karyas are parak, external. The karyas are the parak, the external. The external srishti. The external srishti or anything which you use as a tool to know things, sense organs, sense objects, body, mind, all are parak. All are parak. They are karyam. And the karanam is Brahma. Brahma tattvam is the karanam. That is the pratyak. So from parak, we are traveling towards pratyak. It's a cognitive travel. So a comparison is made between two things, and successive comparison is made to arrive at the Atma Tattva. That is a vivaksha. That is the intention of this mantra. What do we achieve by this? Why do we adopt such a method? That is what we do in Panchakosha Viveka. If you see Panchakosha Viveka, what we do? We talk about 5 koshas. Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. What is this kosha? Kosha is external and Atma is internal. What does it mean, external, internal? Does it mean Atma is covered by so many koshas? We have to remove kosha one by one to arrive at the Atma? That is not the meaning. It's a model. Panchakosha is a model presented to arrive at the Pratyak Atma by negating the koshas one by one, over which we have self-identification. Over which we have self-identification. We have strong self-identification with our Sharira. Sharira means this body, senses, mind. That has to be negated. That is not me. That is not me alone. That is me, but that is not me alone. This body is me, but I am not only the body. Because without body, I continue to exist. The sense organs are me, but I am not only the sense organs. These are the things which Bhagavan has given. Without this, I continue to exist. Mind, again, it's given. Intellect, it is given. And what about me? I'm there always. So, therefore, from this Annamaya Kosha, cognitively we travel to Pranamaya, then Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, then Anandamaya. So, these are Koshavat Achadakatvat Koshaha, like a kosha, like a cover, as though it covers the Atma, not physically. In our cognition, it is covered. Therefore, we are trying to know the Atma. When trying to know the Atma, we have to remove all these koshas, again, cognitively. That is a travel. Therefore, with respect to the Annamaya kosha, Atma is Pratyak. With respect to Pranamaya kosha, Atma is Pratyak. With respect to Manomaya kosha, Atma is Pratyak. Inside, inner. That is why we use Pratyakatma. There is nothing physically inside. If you dissect the body and see nothing will be there inside. Atma is all over. From the tip of your toe up to the top of your head. Atma is all pervaded. Not only here, outside the body also it is pervaded. And that which is outside is not perceived. Why? Because we don't have the mind to reflect that. That's why. Atma is Sarvavyapi. It is everywhere. Bhagavan is everywhere. In the body, it is known, it is perceived, it is understood, it is recognized. Therefore, since this Viveka is involved, Viveka is distinguishing to the two, discern and understanding, distinguishing and discerning the Tattva. That is called Viveka. So, negating one by one, we arrive at the Atma. And the negation here starts from Stula Bhutas. Starting from Stula Bhutani, gross elements, Stula Prapancha. Then we arrive at the Sukshma Bhuta. Compared to Stula, Sukshma is Pratyak. Because Sukshma is the Karanam for the Stula. So which is Pratyak? Sukshma is Pratyak. Stula is Parak. So from Parak, from Stula Bhutani, from the gross elements, the gross elements are born of Panchikaranam, that grossification, the compounding of elements. Compounding of subtle elements gives rise to gross elements. That is called Panchikaranam. We studied in Tattva Bodha. So from Stula Bhutas to Sukshma Bhuta, when we talk from the standpoint of Vyashti, that is individual, Stula Bhutani to Sukshma Bhutani to further down. You have to go inside. Stula Bhutani to Stula Indriya, Stula Sharira to further you have to go. Then Stula Bhutani, then Indriyani, then Sukshma Bhutani. So there is a gradation. For Vyashti we travel. Similarly for Samashti also. Samashti Prapancha is there. So Sukshma Bhutas are there. That also from Sukshma Bhutas to Stula Bhutas again. For Samashti also, you have to travel to arrive at Bhagavan. Sukshma Bhuta, then Sukshma Bhuta to this Karana Prapancha to we arrive at Sukshma Prapancha to Karana Prapancha. So we arrive Samashti also. For Samashti also we arrive at the we arrive at the Brahma Tattvam and Vyashti also. And finally we equate that the essence of the Vyashti and Samashti, they are not different. That is the equation. That is the equation, that is a Mahavagya. Now, here, this mantra, you will see, after Buddhi, it connects with Samashti. It connects from Vyashti, it's going to connect with the Samashti. From the individual, after that, it is going to compare with the Samashti. Why? Because individual is not different from the total. That that the aikyam is going to be presented. The aikyam is going to be, the oneness is going to be presented. Jivatma is Paramatma. Then. Therefore, Jivatma, from the standpoint of the individual, the Vyashti. From Vyashti, we are going again Pratyak to arrive at Paramatma. And Samashti, you will see. Samashti will be introduced. And we arrive at that Atma, Jivatma, is not different from Brahma, Paramatma. So the Aikyam will be revealed. That is the Tatparyam of this mantra. And this mantra, it adopts the simple principle of Shaka Chandra Nyaya or Arundhati Nyaya. Shaka Chandra Nyaya. Nyaya means it's an illustration. For a person who doesn't know, who could not identify the Chandra, the moon in the sky, you can say my moon is in Paurnami time, on Paurnami days, you can identify the moon. We are talking about the moon which is in the third or maybe the fourth day. The moon. So you want to show the moon to the person. How do you show? Directly, if you point at the sky, the person may not be able to see. So we show at the tree, a tall tree. First, we make the person see at the tree. Then slowly take him forward. Ask him to see a particular branch and further sub-branch. Then above that branch, you see something which is a bird is sitting or something is there. And near that, you see that is a moon. So this is how we take the person to make him see the moon. This Nyaya, this illustration, this is called Shaka Chandra Nyaya. The same thing is adopted by this mantra. The same method, the technique is adopted by the mantra. That is the gradual revelation. Gradual revelation of the Tattvam. This Nyaya, otherwise another Nyaya, Arundhati Nyaya. Arundhati Darshan Nyaya. That is also can be given as an example for this, the Nyaya which is adopted by the Shruti. Arundhati is a star which is comparatively small in the sky. A newly married couple, they are shown this Arundhati star in the sky. Arundhati star is not easily visible. So you have to show you some big star. And from big star, one, you have to go gradually to point at the Arundhati Nakshatra. That is a Nyaya adopted by this, the mantra. So now we have to know the meaning of the mantra. What does that it means? But before that, we will read the Sangati Bhashya to this mantra. That is, Sangati is the connection between the previous mantra and this mantra. You can repeat after me. Aduna Yatpadam Gantavyam Tasya Indriyani Stulani Arabhya Sukshma Taratamya Kramena Pratyagatmataya Adhigamaha Kartavyah Iti evam artam idam arabhyate. Iti evam artam idam arabhyate. This is started. This part of the Shruti is started. Iti evam artam, for the purpose. For this purpose, the following portion is arabhyate, is started. For what purpose? Aduna, now, Yatpadam Gantavyam Tasya Indriyani Stulani Arabhya Sukshma Taradamya Kramena Pratyagatmataya Adhigamaha Kartavyaha. Kartavyaha should be done. Kaka Kartavyaha Adhigamaha. Understanding. Understanding should be done. The understanding Adhigamaha should be done, or understanding to be reached. Katham. Stulani arabhya Sukshmadaram Tamyakramena Pratyaghatmataya. Aduna, now. Now, Yat Padam Gantavyam, the pada which is to be reached, the goal has to be reached. Yat Padam Gantavyam, Tasya, the padam which is to be reached, Tasya, what padam? That is Vishnu Padam, which is the goal, which is the destination. Tasya, keeping that goal in mind. That is a goal to be reached. Therefore, understanding should be brought, should be made. Adhigamaha kartavyaha. Adhigamaha kartavyaha. Keeping in mind the goal. Now, what we are going to do is, now we are keeping the goal in mind. So we are going to travel, cognitively travel. Adhigamaha kartavyaha. The understanding has to be made. Katham Sukshma Taratamya Kramena. There is a Taratamya, there is a comparison. There is a gradation. There is a gradation. Stulani Arabhya. Tasya Indriyani Stulani Arabhya. Starting from the Stula Indriyas. Starting from the sense organs, which are Stula, which are gross. And we are going to arrive at Pratyaghatma. The goal to be attained is Pratyaghatma. Pratyaghatmataya yatpadam gantavyam. Pratyaghatmataya gantavyam yatpadam. Adhigamaha kartavyaha. That has to be understood. So for that purpose, this portion is started. So here, the goal is not the padam. Padam means Vishnu Padam, the goal, the destination, which is not the external destination, it means it doesn't imply any karma. If any external destination is there, karma is involved. But here, the destination is not external, it is internal, within quote. It is in terms of knowledge, in terms of understanding. So that is the destination, that is a padam. The destination is in the form of the understanding. Why we need to understand? Because there is a confusion with regard to Atma and Anatma. This Atma Anatma Viveka has to be done, like the Panchakosha Viveka. So, therefore, to arrive at that, Sukshma Taratamya Kramena, in the order, in the gradation, Stulani Arabhya, starting from these gross sense organs and coming down, that is towards the subtle things, where there is a gradation. So through understanding the subtle things compared to the gross things, Kramena, gradually, gradation. There's a gradation involved, a comparison involved. Stula Sukshma and Sukshma Ati Sukshma. Iti, a gradation is involved in reaching the goal. And the Pratyaghatmataya Adhigamaha Kartavya iti evam mantraha arabhyate Shrutya. So this mantra is started. Now, we'll look at the mantra. Indriyebhyaha paraha yartaha. So here, artaha literally means sense objects. Sense, that literal translation will be sense objects are superior to sense organs. That is the meaning. Now we have to apply our viveka. You do the analysis. And analysis is done by the Bhashyakara. Before we did the Bhashyam, we have to understand this. So if you understand, then Bhashyam will be easy. So when you compare two things, comparison is done in terms of the subtlety, subtlety, which is one is subtle, one is gross. So comparison can be made. One is gross, other one is subtle. So when you are comparing two things in terms of subtlety, between the gross thing and subtle thing, it is relatively subtle to the gross thing. Therefore, comparison can be made. Now, comparison is made between two things in terms of this subtlety and the resultant pervasiveness, the vyaptitvam. That which is subtle will be more pervasive compared to that which is gross. Two things are there, gross and a subtle thing, a relatively subtle thing. Let us take relatively subtle, like a pot and a clay. A pot is gross. Clay is also gross only, but relatively subtle compared to the pot. Now, we say clay is better than pot. How do you say clay is better than pot? There's no competition, but we say the better, superior in terms of subtlety and the pervasiveness. And also the clay is the karanam. It is the cause for the pot. Without clay, there is no pot. Clay pervades a pot because clay is subtle and clay pervades the entire pot. Every point in pot is nothing but the clay. Clay pervades the pot. So clay is subtle and it is all pervasive. It is pervading the entire pot. And clay is the karanam. Without the karanam, the karya, ghata cannot exist. So which is now superior? Clay is superior. Clay which is relatively gross than the pot is superior. And further we can go down. Between the clay particles and the molecules, which is better, which is superior? Molecules. The clay molecules pervades the clay particles. Clay molecules are subtle, which pervades the clay particles. Therefore, clay molecules will be considered to be superior. Without clay molecules, clay particles, clay powder, particles means powder, cannot exist. Further, you can go down compared to molecules, atoms, and subparticles. You can go down and down further. This is the taratamya. This is the gradation. Gradation in terms of subtlety. That which is subtle will be more pervasive. That which is subtle will be karanam. And without karanam, karya cannot exist. So, therefore, here the comparison is made between the sense objects and the sense organs. Now, this we have to understand. Sense organs and sense objects. Sense objects are grosser. Sense objects are grosser. A book, gross. A mountain, which is gross. The tree is gross. I see a tree, which is a grosser thing. And the sense organs, I perceive that object. So, which is subtle? Sense organs are supposed to be subtle. Sense organs are supposed to be subtle. But the mantra says sense objects are superior. Sense objects are paraha, artaha paraha, than the subtle sense organs, indriyabhyaha. So therefore here, what we have to do is, we have to take the meaning, we have to analyze the meaning of the word artha. Artaha is the artha. So the artha should be taken here as the sukshma mahabhuta. The meaning of the word artha is sukshma panchamaha bhutani. That is the 5 elements. 5 elements in the subtle form. The 5 elements in the subtle form, and they are superior. You have to take the meaning of the word arthaha as Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutani. And Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutani, they are the cause for sense organs. Therefore, they are superior. If you take the meaning of the word artha as Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta, then this sentence will make sense. Sense organs are born from the Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta, the elements. Karanam is, this Pancha Mahabhuta is a Karanam. And the Karya is the sense organ. Therefore, which is superior? Sense objects are superior than the sense organs. If you take the sense object, arthaha meaning Panchamaha Bhuta, because it is Sukshma. You have to take like that the meaning. Bhashyakara himself will say, he will explain. Now, let us understand this. Let us recall what we studied in Tattvabodha. From the Pancha Mahabhuta, Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta, only the Sukshma Indriyani came. Remember, Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta. What are the Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta? Akasha, Vayu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithivi. From Akasha, all the Indriyas are born from this Pancha Mahabhuta. Indriya means subtle sense organs. Subtle sense organs and gross sense organs. Gross sense organs are called Golaka. Gross sense organs, it is called Golaka, and subtle sense organs are called Indriya. There is a difference. So when I say Indriya, we are talking about the subtle sense organs, not the gross. When I say eye, Chakshur Indriyani, we are not talking about the physical life. We are talking about the Indriya, the organ, which is because of which the eye functions, without which eye cannot function. The Indriyas are located inside. We are not talking about the external, that Golaka. That is what the word Indriya means. So now the Indriyani, they are born of this Pancha Mahabhuta. So Pancha Mahabhuta are the Karanam. And the Karya is Indriyani. And Pancha Mahabhuta, if you take Akasha, from Akasha has got what quality? Shabda. Shabda quality is there. Each Pancha Mahabhuta, if you take, there is a gradation also there. Because one is born from the other. Tasmat, etasmat, Akasha Sambhutaha. Akasha is first born. Akashat Vayuhu. Vayor Agnihi. Agni Rapaha. Apaf Prithivi. Starts from Akasha, ends with Prithivi. And slowly, the gunas also increases one by one. Akasha has got only one guna. Then Vayu has got two gunas. Akasha has got the Shabda guna. Vayu has got Shabda Sparsha. And Agni is Shabda Sparsha Rupa. Then water has got one more guna, which is taste, Rasa. And the earth, one more guna, which is Gandha, smell. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Even when I say Shabda, you have to understand we are talking about Akasha. Our understanding is through the attributes, through the guna. Through the guna, we understand. When you say Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, it means it denotes the Pancha Mahabhuta. Denoting the Pancha Mahabhuta through its gunas. That is generally we do like that. So now, this Pancha Mahabhuta are the cause. How? The Sattvika guna, Sattvika aspect of this Pancha Mahabhuta are the Karanam for the five sense organs. The Sattvika aspect of Akasha gives rise to the Shrotrendriya, the ears, not the physical one. Sukshma Indriya. That is Sukshma. Indriya is Sukshma. Similarly, from Vayu, Tvak, skin. And from the Agni, eyes. Agni has got three gunas. Therefore, eye has got three. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Corresponding to the guna, Indriyas also you will see. In Indriya also you will see. And the next one from the water, Apatattva, the Sattvika aspect of water gives rise to the tongue, Rasanendriya. Then similarly, Granendriya from the earth, from the Prithvi. So now Indriyas are born from what? From the Sukshma Bhuta. Taking the meaning of Arthaha in the shloka as Sukshma Panchamaha Bhuta. Now, is this sentence make sense? Arthaha Indriyebhyaha Arthaha Paraha. Yes, it fits very well. Therefore, we have to take the meaning of the word Artha as Pancha Mahabhuta, Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta. Compared to Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutani, not compared to Indriyas, compared to Panchendriya, Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutas are superior. Now we have arrived at the Sukshma Bhuta from Indriyas. Now for the further, we have to travel. Artebhyaha cha param manaha. Manaha. Mana is subtle. Why? Because Artebhyaha, this Artha, that is Indriya Artha, that is Panchamaha Bhuta, compared to Panchamaha Bhuta, Manas is superior. Manas is in Tattvapada again. What is Manas? How Manas is created? Mind is created. Mind is created from the sattvic aspect of all the five elements. Whereas sense organs are born from the individual sattvic aspect. Whereas mind is born from the sattvic aspect of all the Panchamahabhuta. That is mind. Sattvika aspect of Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, everything. Everything combined together form the mana. That's why mana is Sukshma, it is Sattva, Sattva, knowledge take place. Manaha, it can think. Because it is, that's Sattvam is there. Borrowed from the the sense, the Artha, borrowed from the Artha. Therefore, Artebhyaha, compared to this Pancha Mahabhuta, mind is Para, mind is Param, mind is superior. Now, mind is superior, fine. Then Manasaha Buddhihi Para. Why Buddhi is Para compared to mind? Because Buddhi has the deciding faculty. Manas is only a Chanchalatmika Manaha, whereas Buddhi decides for sure. So because of this decisive factor, here is speaking Manaha, Buddhi, they are all Antakarana. The same Antakaranam behaves as Manas and Buddhi, Ahankara and all. But because of this particular faculty, Buddhi is considered to be superior. So now you can see in this, or throughout this, it's a Karya Karana Sambandha is given. All these are Karya Karana Sambandha. So we are traveling from Karya to Karana. We negate the Karya and arrive at the Karana. So compared to the mind, Buddhi is superior. Why Buddhi? Because it is Nischayatmika Buddhi and mind is Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam Manaha. Therefore, now after this, up to this, it is Vyashti, the individual. Up to this, Buddhi, we are talking about the Vyashti, at the individual level. We are talking at the individual level. Now, Buddhehe Mahan, Buddhehe Paraha Mahanatma. Now that Shruti just jumps to Samashti. The Shruti compares to the Buddhi to Samashti. Compared to the Buddhi, the Mahan Atma, that is the Samashti Sukshma Atma. Mahan Atma is Samashti Sukshma Atma. What is Samashti Sukshma Atma? What is the technical name for it? Hiranyagarbha is a name. Hiranyagarbha, otherwise called Sutratma. Hiranyagarbha, otherwise called Sutratma. That is Sukshma Prapancha Upagita Chaitanyam is called Hiranyagarbha. In Purana, it is presented as Brahmaji. It is Hiranyagarbha Sutratma. So, now the comparison between the individual and the total. Compared to the individual, now the total, the Sukshma Atma, Samashti Sukshma Atma, Hiranyagarbha is superior, is greater. Iti. That doesn't stop there. It is going to further go. That we will see. The next mantra comes. Now, up to this, let us read the Bhashyam. With this background only, we can understand the Bhashyam. Otherwise, we won't be able to understand the mantra nor the Bhashyam. Certain things I have to take for granted. The knowledge of Tattva Bodha, the Srishti Prakaranam, what we studied in the Tattva Bodha. And also the terms, Hiranyagarbha, Prajna, Tejasa, Vishva, right? Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, Vishva, all those things are, those technical terms are also need to be understood. Remember what is Vaishvanara, Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha? Yes, remember. So, if you remember, this mantra will be meaningful. What is Vaishvanara? Remember? Virat. Otherwise called Virat. What is Virat? Anybody? Sangamitra ji.
No.
Okay.
No.
Virat or Vaishvanara. See, Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, all are Chaitanyam only. All are Chaitanyam consciousness from the total standpoint. From the total standpoint, these are the names. From the individual, we have got three names. Prajna, Tejasa, and Vishwa. That is individual, Samashti. And for the total, we have got three names. Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Ishvara. So, the Chaitanyam, that is, Vaishvanara is Samashti. Samashti Upahitam Chaitanyam, that is called Virat. It is the consciousness, if you can use the word consciousness, which is associated with this totality of the gross bodies. That is called Virat. Okay. Virat is the gross, that is Samashti Stula Prapancha. Samashti Stula Prapancha, and Stula Prapancham is the body of Ishvara, the body of Bhagavan. Samashti Stula Prapancha Prapancha, which is with this Chaitanyam, Upagita Chaitanyam, consciousness which is with the Samashti Stula Prapancha is called Virat. Samashti Stula Samashti Upagita Chaitanyam is called Virat. Similarly, Sukshma is called Hiranyagarbha, and Karana is called Ishvara. Ishvara is here is a technical term. Anyway, now let us read the Bhashyam. Stulani Tavat Indriyani Tani Yehi Arthaihi Atma Prakashanaya Arabdhani Tebhyaha Indriyebhyaha Karyebhyaha Te Paraha Hyartaha Sukshma Sukshmaha Mahantaha cha Okay. Attaha. It must be sukshma. Okay. Pratyaghatmabhutascha.
प्रत्यगात्मभूताश्च
Okay. We'll understand the meaning of this line. Stulani tavat indriyani. Indriyani stulani tavat. Stula is the Indriyas are the sense organs are the gross. Stulani indriyani. Okay. Tavat sense organs are gross compared to the sense objects. Understanding the sense objects are to be the Panchamahabhuta. That is what Bhashyakara going to say. Tani refers to Indriyani. Tani yehi artehi atma prakashanaya arabdhani. Tani yehi artehi arabdhani. Arabdhani is which is started, that is created. Arabdhani is created. Yehi artehi. By which objects they are created? What? Tani, stulani, tani indriyani, which are gross. Which are gross. Indriyas which are gross, created by the artha, that is the objects. What are those objects? Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. That is sukshma mahabhuta. For what? Atma prakashanaya. For revealing themselves. For revealing themselves. Atma prakashanaya. Atma is not Sachidananda Atma. Here it is Atma prakashanaya is reflexive pronoun. For the purpose of revealing themselves. That is, Indriyas are created by the sense object for the purpose of revealing themselves. Sukshma Akasha. Sukshma Akasha, what did it create? Sukshma Akasha created Shrotrendriya. For what? Sukshma Akasha, it created Shrotrendriya, that is ear, to reveal Shabda. To reveal Shabda, to reveal itself, Sukshma Akasha. Similarly, Sukshma Vayu created what Indriya? Tugindriya, skin. For what? To reveal itself. So Atma Prakashanaya, to reveal itself, they created the sense organs. It means the Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutani are the cause for the Indriyas, the sense organs. And sense organs are created to reveal themselves. To Pancha Mahabhutas, to reveal themselves, or they reveal themselves through the sense organs. That is the meaning. So Atma Prakashanaya Arabdhani. Kani Stulani. This Indriyani. By what? By whom? By Artha. Artha is sense objects, which again refer to the Panchamahabhutas. Therefore, Arabdhani. Therefore, Tebhyaha refer to Indriyebhyaha. Therefore, compared to Indriyebhyaha, Swakaryebhyaha, compared to the sense organs, compared to those sense organs which are the product, Swakaryebhyaha, compared to the sense, compared to the Indriyebhyaha. Tebhyaha is Indriyebhyaha, compared to sense organs. Te artaha Swakaryebhyaha, by its own products. Artaha Swakaryebhyaha, the products compared to the product, their products, its product. Whose product? That Panchamaha Bhuta's product. Which are greater? Panchamaha Bhutas are greater. Compared to the products, one's own product, one is greater. So, Indriyebhyaha is the Karya. So, Indriyebhyaha, which are the Karya of the Panchamahabhuta, therefore, Swakaryebhyaha, adjective is there. स्वकार्येभ्यः इन्द्रियेभ्यः अर्थाः पराः compared to its own products, which are these sense organs, sense objects, which means the Sukshma Pancha Mahabhuta, they are paraha, they are greater, and they are Sukshmaha, they are subtle, subtler. Mahantaha, Mahantaha is Vyaptaha, more pervasive. That is why it is greater. Vyapaka. Superior, why we say? Because it is more pervasive. And Pratyekatma Bhutasha. This is a Pratyak. What is Pratyak? Pratyekatma. This is Pratyak means interior, inner. Pratyekatma Bhuta. It means it's because it pervades. Therefore, Pratyekatma Bhutaha cha. Which is Pratyekatma Bhutaha? The Panchamaha Bhutas are the Pratyekatma Bhutaha. Why? Because it pervades the sense organs. If sense organs are not, if Panchamaha Bhutas are not there, sense organs are not there. Therefore, they are the Karanam. The Karanam pervades. The Karanam always we express in terms of interior, inner. The Karanam is inside. The Karanam. From the seed, a huge tree is come. What is the Karanam? The Karanam is small seed. And the seed which contains the tree. Therefore, that is the Pratyak. That is the Pratyak. So the cause is interior. Interior means in our understanding it is interior. It's not physically. Cause pervades the karya, the effect. Therefore, it is pratyekatma, bhutaha cha iti. So what this says is Bhashyam, this line of the Bhashyam says is Panchamaha bhutas are paraha, superior than the Panchindriya. Why? Because Sukshmaha Mahantaha Pratyekatma Bhutaha. Therefore, now the next line of the Bhashyam. Tebhyaha api artebhyascha param sukshmataram mahat pratyekatma bhutam cha manaha. Yes. So manaha tebhyaha, that is tebhyaha refers to artebhyaha. Is the previous comparison referring to the sense objects, that is Panchamaha Bhuta. Tebhyaha artebhyaha cha sukshmataram tara pratyaya. Tara is comparative. Tara pratyaya, sukshmataram. Subtler. Which is subtler? Mahat pratyahatma bhutam cha manaha. The mind. The mind. That is, here mind refers to the next line of the Bhashyam says, Manas Shabdavachyam Manasaha Arambakam Bhuta Sukshmakam. The mind here, Bhashyakara will say later, it refers to the Sukshma Bhutas which made the mind, which created the mind. Which created the mind. Therefore, Manaha Param, because it is Sukshmataram, it is relatively subtle. Then what? Than the Artha, than the sense objects, that is Panchamaha Bhuta. Mahat Pratyekatma Bhutam. It is Mahat. It is Mahat. It is greater. And Pratyekatma, Mahat is greater or big. And Pratyekatma Bhutam. Pratyekatma Bhutam is, it is Pratyak inner, Atma Bhutam, which is inner. Which is inner. That is which pervades. So Pratyekatma Bhutam Manaha. So compared to these sense objects, that is the Panchamaha Bhuta, mind is Param. Why? Because it is Sukshmataram and Pratyekatma Bhutam. Everywhere Pratyekatma Bhutam will come because we are arriving at from Parak to Pratyak. Therefore, Pratyekatma Bhutam, inner. That's why I said cognitive travel. There is no physical inside, it's only a cognitive. So, Pratyekatma Bhutam Manaha Sukshmataram Artebhyaha iti. And here the word manaha should be taken as these elements, the Panchamahabhuta, whose sattvic aspects has contributed to its creation. Therefore, the next line also we can read Manashabdavachyam.
Manasabdavachyam.
Manasaha arambakam bhuta sukshmam.
Manasaha arambakam bhuta
sukshmam.
Sankalpa vikalpadi arambakatvat. That is stop.
Sankalpa vikalpadi arambakatvat.
So Manashabdavachyam, by the word mana, what is said is Manasaha arambakam bhuta sukshmam, that which is the creator of the mind. What is that? Bhuta sukshma. That sukshma bhuta, pancha sukshma bhutas, whose sattvic aspect had contributed to the creation of the mind. That is what is referred by the word manaha. Manashabdavachyam, what is denoted by the word mana is Manasaha arambakam bhuta sukshma. Sukshma bhutas, which are the arambaka, which are the creator of the mind. Manasaha, Shashti Vibhakti. And manaha is of this nature. What? Sankalpa vikalpadi arambakatva, which does the sankalpa vikalpa. That is the job of the mind. Sankalpa vikalpadi arambakatva. Let's stop here. We'll continue. Vibhasham, the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.